The thing with kids' TV, right? It's good, kids' TV. It's good for the kids and everything else, and it's all right in small doses. But when you've got it on 24/7, it gets on your nerves.
Yes.
Like Mr. Tumble. I wish he'd take a tumble straight off a cliff, if I'm being honest.
Multi-millionaire.
Well, that, even more so. Even more so.
You have to pick the cartoons that haven't got such irritating voices.
Well, they're all. I mean, I watched that in the Night Garden. What's all that about? Whoever's wrote that must have been drunk.
I don't know.
Iggle Piggle and Ninky Nonks and all that. I'm like, what's all this? But so yeah, when it's on all the time, I don't see any kind of normal telly type of thing. So it was nice. It was a nice surprise.
Good.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Well, you've been very busy. You've been on tour, haven't you?
Been on tour. I'm still on tour. Starts again at the end of this month. I'm doing my first show in over 10 years in London. At the end of February, doing the Apollo, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, brilliant.
So tickets are on sale now. So I'm doing that, and then I'll be all around the rest of the country, and then it finishes March.
And this is Daddy McGuinness.
Daddy McGuinness.
I don't know whether you saw. Obviously, you haven't seen our new set, so you don't watch anything that we do. So were you watching at all today of what we've done?
Yeah, I caught a bit of the lad on.
Matt Coyne. Did you see Matt Coyne, who was talking about what it's like to be a father?
Yeah, but it's funny because I was watching that back in the dressing room, and I thought, he hasn't even got twins. He doesn't even know he's born, this lad. What is he on about? But I agree with him at a few things, like with the changing the nappies, because the thing what I found being a dad, and my wife took to it straight away, but I think as a man, it's kind of a weird sort of process. I don't know why it took me a long time to get my head around, and I went from changing nappies at first to sort of, OK, let's change your nappy.
Bit tentative.
So after about 6 months, you're giving it, get there, you like that one, whatever. But the worst thing is when I was changing my son this one day, and I was changing everything else, and I hadn't finished kind of wiping him properly, and he ran off round the room, and he had like a little Malteser hanging out of his bum, and I'm giving it, don't sit down, for God's sake. So it's kind of like all them things you get used to as you go along, but I think...
But you're right, because you didn't... I mean, that's twins, and twins, I mean, anyone that's had one child, it is difficult, but then to have two of them at the same time, at the same age, must be bad. And that ran in her family, which you didn't realise, Christine.
No, well, what happened was, when we were at the scan, the midwife said, there's a heartbeat, and everyone's, oh, amazing, everyone's crying, it's fantastic. And she went, oh, and there's another heartbeat. And everyone were crying, and I was still crying, but for the wrong reasons. So I thought, God, I'm going to have to work the rest of my life for this one. But it was... and then we're talking, and my wife said, oh, I'll ring my mum up, another set of twins. And I was like, when was that ever going to get mentioned?
Oh, my God.
So it was never mentioned ever. Until the scam.
Until it,
But I won't change it for the world. It's so stressful. It's hard work being a parent. But I think the good things outweigh the bad things.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's all good.
So Take Me Out is back.
Because I've never been on Twitter before when the show's been on.
Right.
So I'm on there.
You were on Saturday. I've never seen you tweet so much.
Exactly. But I think that's one of the things what Twitter's all about.
Nice.
Really. It's a kind of engagement with people while the show's on. And a lot of people will say, you know, you always get the odd wrong, and don't you, on Twitter? And they go, you know, they make a comment about the girl and everything else, and I'm like, well, it's not just about kind of how someone looks, I think. You know, you've got to have a personality and everything else, and have a little bit of something about them. And I think this particular series, for me filming it, all the girls I found unbelievably good. I mean, they were all really good talkers, some good characters. When we're rehearsing with the lads here, and they always have a go at whatever they're doing. And I had a go at that kind of... He's like the human flag kind of thing.
Yeah, so he lifted himself off the floor, so legs on the floor, just using his hands, with his own brute strength.
But he was seriously,
lifted himself up.
Seriously,
unbelievable.
Like strong, that lad, and everything else. And he's one of them kind of lads. When he takes his top off, you think, I need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I need to have a good look at myself.
But he didn't get anyone.
Didn't get a date.
Didn't get a date.
I know. He said, I think with him, what it was, and this is a thing that I've noticed through. I mean, that was Series 8, and the one constant that stays the same on every single series. What gets the girls turning the lights off is if they're still at home with the mum, they don't like that the girls...
Really?
And I don't see a problem with that. I really don't, honestly.
Well, it's more common now than ever before,
I can see a problem if you're 48 and you're still at home with your mum, but in your 20s and whatever, it's like, so what? I love being at home.
Financially very
And what's the other thing?
Height.
Oh, was he short?
He was quite a short lad, and he had his hair stuck up like that, so he's trying to give himself an extra couple of inches, but it didn't work. But short lads never do well.
He could lift his own body weight.
I know.
And
I know. He can lift his own body weight, but
muscles.
he can't get anything off the top shelf in the kitchen. So it swings and roundabouts, Ollie.
When you've had 5 engagements, 4 weddings, 2 babies,
I know.
so it does work.
It does work. I think that's one of the things with the show that I'm very proud of, actually. You know, we've not, even though we've done 8 series, we've not been on that. I think we've only been on about 5 years. And to do all that in 5 years is amazing. And it's actually now officially the most successful dating show ever.
That's
for that kind of stuff,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's the most shown around the world and everything else, so that's nice.
Well, congratulations, well done.
Hey,
Take me out
thank you,
Saturday
Phil.
8 ITV.
Thank you.
Love.